Good morning, everyone. Ah, been one of those mornings, hasn't it? It's the 25th month to Christmas from today. Goodness me. And it's already 9:30. Been up for a while, but yeah, it's a beautiful morning. Got washing out and beautiful deep blue sky. Really pretty outside. Okay, we're going to continue on with the 12 days of Advent calendar from Stampin' Up. And last week we did days 1 and 2, and I'm just going to quickly show you. I'm not even going to take them out. And day 1 was the, and we'll swap around in a minute to our other, there we go. But my poor hubby, he's running wild this morning. Yeah. So there we go. We've got, that's the calendar, and these are all the days in it. Okay, I'm going to set it down there for a minute. Day 1 was the cards that I made with the dies, and I made my own DSP. Day 2 was, I used the DSP, which was the gift, and I used the dies from day 1. Okay, now day 3. When I opened day 3, it was a bit of a challenge for me. Look what we got. Little shaker elements. I'll pull those up for now. And I'm not a big fan of making shaker cards, mainly because they frustrate me. But I did have a go. So I'm going to show you one of the cards I made. I made a Happy New Year card using Birthday Wishes. This is this is one of our, from our catalogues. Happy New Year 2026. And I've put some of the shakers inside it. So that's just one idea that I had. And yeah, used a few old things on that. So just for the shakers. But then I was playing around and I thought, I'd like to make a box. So I made this box here. Now, I know that Melissa Faust made one that was fairly similar but different. And I wanted to create one. So I've got the lid and I've got the bottom. You can see the bottom I've just put. And this is also using one of our Christmas stamps. But isn't that cool? So I'm going to make that today for you. So let me get started, okay? First thing I did was I got a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, and this is Poppy Parade. And I scored it at 4 inches and 8 inches. That's probably the easiest way to describe it, in each direction. And then I cut down the center like that to the center piece. And I cut these off because, yeah, they get a bit bulky. So that's what we did, and we scored it all. You can see we've scored everything. Now I'm going to put it together. So let's pull that over like that. And I'm going to pull all these little, just let me get my little trusty bag to put my rubbish in. That in there. So just put double-sided tape on this because I think it holds a little better. And it's a good way. I used some kits a couple of weeks ago, and I used up the some of the double-sided tape that was in the kits as well. So it was a good way to use up little bits that I had left. Okay, let's get that one. Come. Okay, so I've got all the double-sided tape off. Going to turn it over. Going to fold these in, and I'm going to line up that with that, and this side the same. As I said, it's very simple to cube this one, and this side the same. How easy was that? Here's my base. Okay, now when you go to make the lid's probably the bit that needs a little bit more thought. Okay, let me grab all my bits from my lid. Oops. pull this all out. Not sure what I dropped, but got it back anyway. And I've got some more bits here that I will need in a minute or two. So let's grab those as well. Okay. Now I did a little prep on this. Don't need those. There's a bits that were left over in the table. So the lid is about 4.2 because I wanted an extra 1/8 of an inch on each side. So that when I fit it on box like this, it fits comfortably without being too tight. So there you go. That's what I did. Now, then I added a piece of white cardstock and a piece of DSP. This DSP, some of the bits I'm not that keen on, but I thought this would be quite good for this. So now before I do anything else, I'm going to add the side bit. So let's get that done. Oh, I know one thing I didn't do, but that's okay. I can fix that up in a minute or two. These are the side bits. So I've got 1, 2, trying to rush through this morning, 3, 4, and then this is the DSP. So it's got the animals on one side and letters on the other. So I'm going to stick this onto the, to match the outside of the lid. Okay, let's pop that one on here. Just, there we go, 1. Should have done all of these first, shouldn't I? It's okay. There we go, second one. Just a tiny little border around it. You can just see, you will see it better when it's on the red. Put tape on these two. If you want more of a border, just cut a little bit more off. That to me looks crooked, but and it is. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's a little wider on one side. Let's do this one first. I think it's just not quite. It's a better one. I think I need to trim. When I look at that, it doesn't look straight to me. Let's try that and see. I think that might be better. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, you'll notice that I cut a circle out in the middle of this. I did that first before I make up the lid because otherwise, but I put this on because it's much easier to line it up. So I've cut a circle out and then I went around the circle and put a piece of white there. You could put any color you liked. Okay, so let's get all these pieces here. Going to do the window sheet next after this. Oh, let's see. I might put that one there. Looks like a good one to put on that side. Whoops. And my tape's run out. Good job, I've got another one. I'll pop that like that. Let's do this one next. One can go on this side. And you can see a little bit of the white when, and then I'll do these two. 1, 2. So we can go there, and that one can go there. And that's basically the outside of the box, the lid done. So I'm going to turn the lid over, and you can notice that, yeah, when I was cutting that out, it's quite tricky to do that. So just cutting the circle out. I've got a piece of, let's get rid of that, piece of window sheet. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put some tape around like this, just around the circle. And I'm going to put my window sheet on. Here we go. Like so. Now that seals the top of the box so that nothing can escape. Now I've got some of these foam strips, and that's the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this, and this is quite flexible. So when I put it on, just putting it inside all the way around. Like that. So it doesn't show on the other side, but it's there. And I've got one little bit left. And I'm going to pop this tiny little bit here in there. Look at that, perfect fit. Okay. Now, someone suggested that you could use a cotton Q-tip and a little bit of talcum powder around that if there's any stickiness in there, which you could do. Now, I've cut a piece of DSP, this one here, which has the post boxes on it. But I'm going to use this side of it, okay? Just deciding, whoops, there's a little bit of paper. Deciding which way up I want it. I think I want it that way, okay? So, before I add that, what I'm going to do, I'm just thinking, I'm actually going to add a few strips of the foam. I think I'll use strips rather than the dimensionals. I could use dimensionals too, but I'm just going to use a few strips right along the edge here. You don't need to be full strips, it's just mainly to hold that edge in place. I'll put it on, and I'm putting them on the right side. Just had a brainstorm. I didn't sleep very well on Monday night, and I woke up very, very early yesterday, and honestly, my brain's been dead ever since. Okay, so that's going to go on the inside like that. Okay, so let's get this. So I've got my shaker bits. Okay, and I'm actually going to put these in first. No, actually, what I'll do is I'll make up the card, the lid first. So let's get this bit, and then I can fix up the base. What I was going to do with that, because I can probably still do that. Not the way I was going to do it originally, but that's okay. It's what you prepare several days in advance, and then you forget what you want to do because you forget to write it down because you're so busy. I don't know about you, but this time of year just can be quite busy, and I had a very, very busy weekend, which didn't help. So I ended up sort of burning the candle a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to make up the lid. I've got the window sheet on it, and let's make this up. So that's my first corner, my second corner, and it's a wee bit long there. So I'm going to just, so it doesn't quite look quite so. See, that side's fine, obviously. And that side's a little bit long, so let's just that. Okay. Got a bit of paper on the inside. See if I can get it off. Good. Now I'm going to get my shaker elements. These things, great fun. Might take this off first, actually. Leave them there. I don't want to tip them up, because can I tell you that if you pull them out and they fall all over the place, they are the absolute crazy to pick them up. Okay, So here we go. We'll pop a few of those in the middle. And for me, this was probably, yeah, it was a good one to do. Now I have to just check what is the top and what's the bottom. This is the bottom and that's the top. Okay. Just was checking. Not that it really matters in these things, but let's pull these off first. These strips. Oh, come on. Off you come. Oops, I put it in the box. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Come on, off you come. There we go. That's the tops off. And but you see I've shoved those outside that. Let's pop it back in again. Come on, in you go. Good. Still got one stuck on the foam. They bounce up is the problem. There we go. Now I'm going to put it in like that, and I'm just going to lay it down in the center and just do that. And I've got foam strips on the sides as well. Now, theoretically, when I turn it over, how cool is that? Okay. Now, what I had planned to do was, before I put it together, was put these around like this. But that's okay. I can still do that. I was just going to put them in there and do it on all before I put it together. But this will work. Okay. So what I want to do might not be quite as neat as the other way, but we'll work it out. One's going on the bottom and around. I feel that's too high up. That's better. Then I could do this one next. How about I do that one next? It's not quite the same, but it's almost the same. Okay, let's do that one next. See how far it takes me. Because it almost matches up. And I can get it to sort of match up. Look at that. Just go in a teeny bit more. That's better. Down a little bit. Ah, doesn't want to stick. It's not quite the match, but that's pretty good actually. And it's going to go round like that. And I might put another little bit on the edge of this just to make sure that I've got that stuck down well. And the other one. And gosh, look at that. It almost fits in. Now, somewhere on my table, I have the shorter strips as well. Just realizing, have a look. I got one of my strips in my water. Didn't know where I've put the other strip. But that's okay. Look, it is so close. I just got a little bit there. But you know what I could do? I can lift that off again. Because I can do that now. Because it's just been put on. And make it just a little wider. How about there? Now, let's peel it off right around. And I'll do this again. See, it comes off pretty easily. And I'm not going to put it in as far this time. I might do it about there. quite the same spot, but it's pretty good. And around. Look at that. Now it fits, see? Okay, so that's the base done. And this is the lid. And I thought that adding something to the lid would be quite cute. And I thought perhaps one of these dogs on the lid would be quite good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just put some tape on this across sort of at its feet. So it sticks like that. And that's my box. How cute is that? And how quick was that? Only took me a few minutes. Right. Now for the fourth day, let's grab this up a minute. Fourth day. Oh, this was a challenge. I got these. But I'm going to take a break and we'll do the fourth day in a few minutes. Okay. Thank you.